You're tuning into Black and White Sports on YouTube. The no-holds-barred truth on sports. The main event starts now.
Well, as you guys know, last year at the Paris Olympics in 2024, there was a lot of controversy with two males winning gold medals in women's boxing. That would actually be Main Khalif of Algeria and Lin Yuting of Taiwan. And the reason we actually really know about Main Khalif is that it got confirmed. He failed the test, and the test came back, you got XY chromosomes. You are 100% a male, despite identifying as a female throughout his life. But the science didn't care. The science is the science. And there was a whole bunch of backlash, guys, because the IBA actually banned him from boxing. But the IOC said, we don't care. Let him compete. Well, guys, the 2028 Olympics is going to be in Los Angeles, here in the United States. And as you guys know, President Trump said, no males and female sports, even though you actually have some states to find that, and they're finding out. But when it comes to the Olympics, guys, these foreign athletes actually need visas to come into this country. And President Trump said, no, you will be denied a visa if you actually try to circumvent the system, try to dupe the system, and get in and compete in women's sports. It's not going to happen. Now, that actually brings us to this, guys. There's a new incoming IOC president. I didn't know about this. I just found out. And guess what? She's not playing games. Folks, it is game over for trans athletes in women's sports when it comes to the Olympics. She's not playing around, and she's actually a former athlete herself, Olympian, by the way. Yeah, so she dropped the bombshell. It's a wrap. It's game over. Let's go ahead, guys, and get into this. Right over here. Incoming Olympics president, we have to protect the female category from trans athletes. I love to hear this, guys. I really, really do love to hear this. Let's read this. The new president of the International Olympic Committee, IOC, said on Thursday that there is overwhelming support among members to protect the female category in what appears to be a shocking turnaround from the organization's previous unabashed embrace of gender ideology. Yeah, the wokeness is over now, guys. Kirsty Coventry. She's actually from Zimbabwe, and I believe she actually represented Zimbabwe in the Olympics. Addressed the topic of transgender identifying athletes in women's sports at our first official news conference since becoming president of the IOC, Fox News reported. Quote, we understand that there'll be differences depending on the sport, but it was very clear from the members that we have to protect the female category. First and foremost to ensure fairness, Coventry said. But we need to do that with a scientific approach and the inclusion of the international federations who have already done a lot of work in this area. Yeah. A lot of these governing bodies, man, have said, nah, we're done with this woke ideology when it comes to males and female sports. We're done. So hopefully, too, by the way, remember, they insulted the Last Supper at the Paris Olympics, man, because Europe is super woke. Hopefully, this new IOC president drops that too as well. But I digress. Coventry said there is unanimous support for agreeing to amend the organization's transgender athletes policy. She said the IOC may follow in the footsteps of the World Athletics Policy, which restricts transgender identifying males from competing in women's sports if they have gone through puberty. And when it comes to these Olympics, guys, they all have. Yeah, so they're slamming the book on this. Quote, it was very clear from the membership, the discussion around this has to be done with medical and scientific research at the core. So we are looking at the facts and the nuances and the inclusion of the international federations that have done so much work have done so much of this work, I should actually say, having a seat at the table and sharing with us because every sport is different, she said. But it was pretty much unanimously felt that the IOC should take a leading role in bringing everyone together to try and find a broad consensus. She added, yeah. Other words, they're done. I mean, because really, guys, you can't really negotiate with this. No males and female sports. That's what she's saying right there. Coventry said any new policy most likely would not include changing the results of the past competitions that allowed transgender identifying males. In the 2024 Paris Olympics, 2 boxers notably won gold in women's competition, even though they failed gender eligibility tests for international competitions. Quote, we're not going to be doing anything retrospectively. We're going to be looking forward. From the members, it was, what are we learning from the past and how are we going to leverage that and move that forward to the future? Coventry said, well, when it comes to Main Khalif is now already banned by World Boxing. So he can't even compete in the Olympics. He can't compete in anything because he's banned unless he actually passes a sets verification test, which you already know he's already failed. So if he actually takes it with World Boxing, he's going to fail. Yeah, so that's a wrap on his career. Anyway, it goes on. It says the announcement comes after the United Nations last year released a study finding that female athletes have lost out on nearly 900 medals because they have been beaten by transgender identifying male athletes. Wait a minute. I thought the left said that this ain't really happening. But women have lost out on 900 medals? Really? The study called Violence Against Women and Girls in Sports found that more than 600 female athletes did not medal in more than 400 competitions in 29 different sports because they were beaten by transgender identifying males. Quote, the replacement of the female sports category with a mixed-sex category has resulted in an increasing number of female athletes losing opportunities, including medals, when competing against males. Yeah. So there you have it, man. This is bad news for the Leah Thomases of the world, even though he's not good enough anyway. This is bad news for Imane Khalif. This is bad news for Lin Yuting. What was the power lifter's name at the Tokyo Olympics in 2021? The one that couldn't even complete a lift. A lot of people thought he was actually going to win, but he couldn't complete a lift. It was like divine intervention. Laurel Hubbard, yeah, this was a huge man competing against women, and he failed to even complete a lift at the Olympics. Boy, that was some divine intervention right there, guys. But that's all I got to say about this, man. This is some great, great news. The book is closed on the trans invasion in the Olympics. The world is healing itself. This is great news for the United States, great news for the Olympics, guys. But that's just my thoughts on this. What do you guys think of this? Black and white sports fans, let us know what you think about all this in the comments. Make sure to subscribe to the channel, and we'll catch you next time.
Thanks for watching the show. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to tune in next time on Black and White Sports.